Hey guys, Josh Nowak here from YourCaffeine.com. Well, first thing before I even get started with this video, you might notice that all my long hair is gone. I just got this all cut off yesterday. Got a little spiked up in the front. I don't know, I still can't get used to it because, I mean, it was down to like here. And now it's, I mean, not even 2 centimeters long, so it's kind of a shock for me. But anyways, by the way, I'm recording this with my iPhone 4. I was going to get a webcam. If you've been following me on Twitter, I was going to get the Logitech CR9 something, or C910, whatever it is, the HD one that's Mac compatible. But went to Best Buy, seen it, then I went to the mall, and I ended up buying this watch instead. Hold up. I just like an Adidas one, and that whole, like, this part is clear, so I ended up buying that instead of webcam, which, I don't know, I'm going to get a webcam anyways, but I think this has better video quality for now than the webcam, so anyways, want to do this video on the iPhone 5 thoughts and expectations. If you've been on my website, YourCaffeine.com, link will be in the description, you might have seen that I had a post on iPhone 5 thoughts and expectations, but that was months ago. Now that I've been, reading more about it and seeing leaked pictures about it, I've been able to come up with a couple more things to add to that list. So I thought, what not a better way to do a video, and for your first time actually seeing my face when I get this haircut, or when I got this haircut. So anyways, like I said, if you keep seeing me, look over here. It's just my show notes on my computer screen. And I have my iPhone standing on top of a Powerade bottle. So, pretty awesome. So anyways, first thing is the larger screen. I think just Apple would make a larger screen for this model, because now that there's smartphones, like mostly Android, phones that have bigger screens, they're about 4 inches, and they're way nicer to use than the iPhone screen. Like, some people like the smaller touchscreen, but I really liked some of the new Android ones, like the Droid Charge. It has a huge screen. My aunt got that, so just hoping for something like that. Probably, like I said, going to be 4 inches. And it might mean that the phone will be bigger, or just that the bezel around the edges and where the home button and microphone are might be a little bit, shorter or thinned out. Next up is the rear 1080p HD camera. They're gonna put this in. It's gonna be like 8 megapixel. They're gonna have to, because if they don't, it's not gonna be able to compete with some of the other smartphones out there. And along with the rear camera, there should be a front 720p HD FaceTime camera. That's also to try and compete with other phones, because some of the BlackBerry Playbooks, some tablets like that, and some smartphones have 1080p for the front camera. So Apple should at least bump it up to 720 instead of their normal VGA. Next up is the actual body itself. This is just my opinion. I do not think they will have a glass backing. I mean, they could, but I don't think they will, just because the glass backing, like, it's so fragile. So many people have ruined the back of their iPhone, and it sucks. Like, a lot of people get mad about that, so they'll probably change it. What I'm hoping for is that the iPhone 5, or whatever you want to call it, iPhone 4S, 4X, whatever, hopefully will be shaped like the iPad first generation, with an aluminum backing. I think that would look really sharp. Next up is the rounded edges, similar to the iPhone 3G or 3GS. I think they'll keep the same flat back, or maybe a slight curve. It won't be exactly like the 3GS, but the actual edges, instead of it being so boxy and flat, I think they'll round it out a little bit more. Sorry for these weird hand movements. I don't know where I'm getting them from. I think they'll round that out a little bit more. It makes sense. Obviously, we'll expect to see it launch with AT&T, Verizon, and maybe T-Mobile, since AT&T purchased T-Mobile however many months back. So, and maybe Sprint. I really doubt it because Sprint's such a sucky service. I really doubt that they'll put it on there. Next up is the white and black colors. They will definitely launch with both white and black this time, because last time the major holdup was they couldn't do white because they ended up making a bunch of models, but the glue or something that they used for the glass, or the thickness of it, it would bleed through for like both the brightness, and it would have a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So obviously, as you might already know with the iPhone 4, the white one is just a little bit thicker because they had to make the glass just a little bit thicker so it wouldn't bleed. So yeah, that'll be released at the same time. Next up is the sensors on the phone. Right above the, whatever you want to call it, speaker, earpiece on the iPhone, there's those little sensors like IR and whatever, so that when you are on the phone, you put it up next to you, the screen will shut off, so that way your cheek won't touch the dial pad or anything and actually hang up or mute anyone. I think for the white version they'll definitely try and make that a little bit more less visible, because it does stand out there a little bit. I'm not really sure how they go about doing that. Maybe a clear lens that have an IR LED or something. I'm not exactly sure. Next up, now this is just my opinion on what they should do. I really don't think we'll see this, but louder speakers. Some of the Android phones I've played around with, or Windows Mobile 7 phones I've played with, the speakers are way better than the iPhone. They're a lot more louder. Not necessarily that it's a good thing that they're a lot more loud, but I think it'd be better because sometimes I won't have speakers on me or anything, and I'll be driving around in a golf cart or something, just want to play some music, and it's not that loud for me to hear. I kind of have to drive and listen to it like this, which is not really the most comfortable position. Next up is more antennas. If they do keep the aluminum bezel, I do think they will have more of those little black plastic slits all around the bezel, instead of the 3 that are on the iPhone for AT&T. I think they'll have 4. Verizon already has 4, so it'll probably just stay the same. So that's it for antennas. Next up is the AT&T 4G network. I don't think that we'll see it, but I do think it's possible. I think that the 4G network for AT&T is a little bit better than what it was when the iPhone 4 came out. It was still, kind of in testing. So I think it is a, high possibility that we will see something like that. But I don't know. That's really iffy. That really can't be determined at all right now. Next up, smaller bezel. It was kind of with screen size. You get a couple millimeters of bezel around the sides, and then probably a ½ inch or so for the bottom and top. I think they might cut back on that just a little bit so that they can have a bigger screen without making the phone so big itself, because I do like the size of the iPhone. I just wish the screen was just a little bit bigger, which would also be better for looking through photos or watching videos or something like that. Next up is a faster processor. I'm not quite sure what they use in the iPhone 4. I think it's the A4 processor. I'm not exactly sure on that right now, but I do believe that they will have a better processor. I mean, the processor in the iPhone 4 is just completely fine as it is, but I think there is room for improvement. I'm trying to look up on Apple right now what the processor is, but I'm not seeing it. I don't want to waste time on there. I'll probably just pause or stop the video real quick and come back when I find out. Okay, so I cannot find anything on Apple's website, so I'm not really sure. I'm probably just not looking hard enough. But anyways, faster processor. would be very reasonable for that. Next up is better battery life. Maybe it's just me because I'm using my iPhone a lot. I get on average a little bit less than a full day, sometimes even like a half day's worth of battery life. But I'm constantly on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google+, Squarespace, all that. So, I mean, it could be improved, but then again, it might just be me. But, I don't know. Next up is iOS 5. Obviously, iOS 5 will be launching with the iPhone 5. If you'd like to see my thoughts and opinions and all that, what to expect for iOS 5, not what to expect, but my thoughts on it, just go to my website, Your Caffeine. There'll be a few more articles down. I'm going to write a new one now, because now that the beta's been released and we actually know what there is, I'm going to update that and put what there is and my thoughts. I might even do another video. So comment if you guys like this and what I'm doing for sort of a blog. Okay, and last but not, well, last, not even not least, maybe more storage. That's what I put down. The storage that's on here is fine, 16, 32, and 64. I think there's 64 on it. I'm not even sure. I think they could open it up a little bit more. It's not completely necessary, but for myself, I have a lot of videos, a lot of photos, a lot of music, going on like 400, 500 apps now. And I only have a 16 gig, so, I mean, it's already pretty much full. I think they could open it up a little bit to like 128 gigs, but I really think it's unnecessary. That was just something I wanted to throw in there. So that's it, guys. That's it for my iPhone 5 thoughts and what to expect. If you like this style of video, which this is my first video, you know, talking straight to you guys, telling you what I think, so I'm not really that prepared or anything like that. But if you do like this style of video, just like this video, comment, subscribe, do all that, show me that you care. And I'll post up more videos like this and start doing a lot more thought videos and personal, like, eye-to-eye blogs. And that's it. So I will see you in my next video. Well, actually, you'll see me. But peace out.